Desmond, thoughts on potentially your first game starting? I know we don't know how it's going to shake out just yet for Monday night, but it being against the Falcons, your former team, is that feel like fate or something? That the first opportunity would come against the Falcons, and just thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, like I was told, in the locker room after the game, God works in mysterious ways. Whether I play, whether I don't play, whenever that decision's made. Like I said, every week, I'm excited and blessed to have the opportunity to be able to go out there and step out on the field and be able to go do and play the game that I love, the game that I grew up playing, the game that I put, a lot of time, work, sweat, and tears into. So, whether it's against the Falcons, the Titans, it doesn't matter who it's against. Any opportunity that I get to go out there and, showcase my talents is an exciting time.
How does the preparation change, or does it change at all, knowing or not knowing about that day?
No, it doesn't change one bit. As a backup, like I said, you got to prepare as if you're the starter. You have to prepare as if, like I said, it could be any play. It could be the first play. It could be the 70th play. So for me, my mindset doesn't change. Come in, same way Monday through Sunday and work the same way that I do.
Would it be a little bit nicer to have that full time to prepare and know you're the guy instead of the way we've seen you every time this season? You've kind of gotten thrust into the game.
Yeah, that's just sometimes not how it works in this league. Sometimes as a backup, you only get a couple reps throughout the week. You got to get mental reps, and you got to get a lot of reps when you're not out on the field. And so, for me, it's just about getting as many mental reps as I can get, and then, translating that onto the field. But, obviously with preparation and any of your guys' job, it'd be a lot easier to go out there and practice before you go do something. But like I said, as a backup, our job is to be able to go out there and be prepared for any situation.
The fact you have gotten some game action, does that help if you were called?
More time?
The fact you've had some game action this season, does that help if you've called to go in?
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's not like, I've been sitting for a couple of years or whatever it may be. And, for me to be able to go out there, in this season and in the previous weeks to be able to go out there and have experience, have time, it's been huge.
Yes, but you started a decent amount of games, if I'm not mistaken, almost a full season for the Atlanta Falcons. What are some of the things you learned from your time as a starter?
I would say, there's a good list of things. But no, obviously ball security, taking care of the ball. The ball's the issue. Never trying to do too much. Trying to, force plays down the field or whatever it may be. But just taking care of the ball, make sure that, we keep the ball in our possession, and we're doing smart things with the ball.
It was a short sample of you last week, obviously, but what did you see from that that you can carry on to this next week?
Yeah, I felt good with the game plan. The O-line did a heck of a job up front, giving me enough time to pass. Obviously, in that situation, we were in more of a passing situation, so O-line did a great job. A couple throws I wish I could have had back. But yeah, ultimately, I felt like I was going out there and playing a good game.
And working with the Turners, what's the offensive game plan? Not obviously you can tell us, but just generally, how has it been working with them and learning what the system is?
Yeah, it's been great. Like we said, we didn't reinvent the wheel once, the offense coordinator position changed and everything. He just tidied up some things and made it the way he wants it. But no, Scott and Norv, they've been two great additions for us to be able to come in the quarterback room, the offensive room, and just be able to learn. And so much experience between those two just helps all of us out.
As somebody who knows the Atlanta personnel, or at least a lot of them, what jumps out about the Falcons' defense as you guys get ready for this week?
Yeah, obviously you got guys like AJ who, try to lock down the corner as well as he does. And then, your two safeties, Justin, and three back there, Jesse. Those two guys kind of rotate and try to make quarterbacks' heads spin. And then, they do a good job of trying to get after the quarterback up front, whether it's 4-down, 5-down rush. The 99, Grady, and David Onyemata, those three guys interior are three guys that you got to deal with. You got AK, Zoe, 15 out on the edge, and those are guys that, we'll have to be able to contain, be able to handle. It's just a defense that goes and plays hard. Obviously, the middle linebackers, Caden and Nate Lamon, those two guys are smart players, smart physical. Bring Troy in there a little bit to run around, fast guy. But, ultimately they just play together. They play as a unit, play as a team. And, one big thing, too, is, they're about the ball. You see a lot of the times that whether they're punching it out, takeaways, it doesn't matter. You just see that they're really focused on the ball.
We've seen you make some plays with your mobility, your legs. Is that something that really matches well with this offense, this philosophy, or has that just been a matter of taking advantage of what's available to you?
Yeah, that's kind of just a matter of my life and how it goes. If a OC wants to work it in, they can. If not, I just try to make it do as it pleases, as it comes. There's some times where, I feel like I do too much in that category, where I might run myself into a 0-yard sack, a 0-gain sack, instead of just sitting in the pocket and, waiting for something to develop. So those are still some of the things, where I'm learning of timing and patience and presence to be able to go out there and play my best.
As a quarterback with Kirk Cousins kind of being on this run where, he's had a few losses back-to-back plus a handful of interceptions, what do you make of it, just to see him as a player and coming up to play against the Raiders?
You're asking me if I'm Kirk?
As a quarterback, like how would you expect Kirk?
Oh, he's going to bounce back next play. It's a next play mentality, and it's not like he's a rookie in this league. He's been in this league for, 10, dozen, whatever, a long time, let's just say that. So he knows his faults, he knows his mistakes, he knows his errors, and he's probably going to go back and fix that. He's not going to be in the situation he is right now if he wasn't one of those persons to go back and fix his mistakes and corrections. So I know our defense is going to have a heck of a time with them. They're going to be able to go out there and, try to play their best ball, and I know that Kirk's going to go out there and play his best ball.
All right, thanks, Desmond.
Thank you.
Your chances are of starting on Monday.
I'm hoping to get there. Obviously, we got a longer week this week, which helps. And so just really taking it day by day. Obviously, not something I've been through with this particular injury, so trying to get there.
Can you walk us? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just what was the emotions like getting in the car and being out on the field, everything that happened on Sunday?
Yeah, it was obviously not super fun. It was in a lot of pain and just not a super fun experience overall. And wish it didn't come to that. Wish it didn't happen that way, but it's part of the game.
When people see that, they always think the worst. I guess at what point were you like, oh, this might not be as bad as it feared?
Yeah, it definitely hurt on the field, of course, and then my knee wasn't responding how the doctors hoped it would, and so you definitely fear the worst, obviously going through that, but then got some imaging done, and it seemed like it was definitely best case scenario.
The series before that, you got tackled from behind. Do you think that you tweaked it then initially, or was it all on that one play?
Yeah, I think I did. I landed on the same knee and was in some pain on that one, and so I think it was definitely a culmination. So again, not ideal.
Between the hand injury earlier in the season and now the knee injury, and the fact that you're not even ruled out for the very next game after, do you feel like that speaks to your toughness as a player, and does that resonate, you think, too, with your teammates?
I think you have to be tough in the NFL. I don't think I'm unique in that way. We got a lot of tough guys. I think it's funny the quarterback gets hurt and everyone's talking about it, but we have offensive linemen, defensive linemen, guys that are dealing with things every day, and people never talk about it. So I think it's hard to be an NFL player, and everyone in the locker room is definitely tough.
How much are you able to do right now?
Yeah, I can obviously walk and move around, and just obviously doing some stuff in the water, but trying to get on the field and move around today, which I did. And so, just trying to progress and trusting the training staff to get me where I want to be.
Has any part of it been frustrating for you because of the thumb and coming off of IR and then getting the start and then getting this injury now? I mean, is it been like kind of a struggle, or where's your mental process at going through all of this right now?
Yeah, definitely hard. In the same way, I came off, obviously won the starting job, and then the second game hurt my thumb and went on IR, and obviously the same way that during my second start getting hurt. So definitely just a frustrating season in that way, and haven't really had a season like this before, so not super fun, but just trying to get through it.
How do you stay up and not get too hard down on yourself, knowing the season that you've gone through so far?
Yeah, I think it's the NFL is a long season, and so we still have 4 games left, and really just trying to take it day by day. I think having the mentality of it's a 1-game season definitely helps, and not try to look too far back or too far forward.
There was a couple snaps. I don't know if there's like a continuation of lack of communication between you and JPJ, or can you walk us through what happened there before the injury?
Yeah, I think we had one under center this week that I fumbled, and I just was trying to get the handoff and pulled away from center too quick, and so that was my fault, not Jackson's fault. And so we're just we're obviously our first year together and first few games together. We both are learning, and I got to do a better job of communicating with him and helping him out. And he's been doing a great job. He's receptive, and we have a great relationship, so I'm not worried about that.
Can you just speak on the entire O-line and being able to have them in the last couple of games? defense, obviously having the same 5 in front of you.
Yeah, those guys, I think I mentioned last week, have been doing an awesome job and have really deserved being in there and played super hard. And, sometimes I know the game before took a few sacks, but those were, there's a lot of things that go into taking a sack or a negative run. It's not always the offensive line's fault. And so, like I said, those guys are super tough. They play hard every week. And, again, it's so crazy. They never get their name out there. They're never talked about. And, they just work hard and really are selfless, do things for other people. So it's always fun to see those guys rewarded when we play well and when we score, and so we're trying to do more of that.
Not to put you in too tough of a spot, but did you have thoughts on the hit?
It is what it is, man. I mean, I didn't realize it until later and didn't see it till later, and it is what it is.
All good, guys?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Aidan.
Good luck.
There
There you go.